Real estate is a cyclic industry.
Like in 2008, the market went up.
Okay.
It went up high.
Right.
It went up till 2013. On the Golf Course Extension Road, on an average, the price of the plot
Right.
was somewhere in the range of about 60 to 70,000 rupees per square yard. The land rate on the Golf Course Extension Road is nothing less than 2 lakh.
How important is leasing?
Leasing will be the underlying statement. There is an increasing demand for ready-to-move-in properties which are
Right.
yielding good returns.
Hi guys, today we have Mr. Nipun, who is GM Sales in AIPL. Welcome, sir. So, sir, would be great like if you could tell our viewers something about yourself, give a brief introduction about yourself,
Sure.
and a little bit about AIPL as well.
Sure. So it's been a long journey. It's been a little over 23 years.
Right.
I've been selling Gurgaon
Okay.
and only real estate. So seen a lot of ups and downs of the real estate industry.
Right.
So what I personally feel is that real estate per se is cyclical.
Okay.
It goes up, it comes down, it goes up, it comes down. But gradually over a period of time, you see the graph going northwards.
Right.
So that's what I have observed in the past over working with companies like Ansals,
Right.
DLF, Ambience, IREO. And of course, for the last 8 years, I'm with AIPL.
Right.
It's been a great experience working with AIPL. In the last 8 years, I've observed that, unlike the conventional real estate developers,
Right.
AIPL, they're very much focused on the quality
Okay.
of the product.
Right.
So they focus on the quality element, on how to make the markets run successfully.
Okay.
Selling is one part,
Right.
but leasing out our property to the A-grade, good quality tenants
Right.
is something that is very, very. This is one thing which is imbibed in the companies, in their ethos, in their work culture, in their outlook.
Right.
So we are overly conscious about who will be the end users of our property,
Okay.
be it an office complex
Right.
or be it a retail market.
Right.
So we are very, very particular.
Okay.
In one word, if I were to phrase it, I would rather like to say that AIPL is a boutique real estate developer.
Okay.
We are not a mass market developer.
Hmm.
We don't want to become number one in the world in the country.
Right.
We'd like to come out with very limited projects,
Okay.
but of course the quality of those projects
Right.
and the end users of the project, of the properties, they should be really world class.
Sure.
So these are the two focuses. And talking a little bit about AIPL, it's a 3-decade-old company,
Hmm.
and we started off our journey in from Okhla,
Okay.
and ever since we're going strong. We maintain a very low profile in the market.
Right.
Unlike few developers, they launch
Multiple projects.
one after another. We launch projects, in a gap of about 2 to 3 years.
Okay.
But they're really, really quality focused, and we really put in our heart and soul to make those properties as really marquee developments
Right.
in the industry.
So I wanted to touch upon 2 points which you have just mentioned, right? So for investors who may not be very knowledgeable in terms of real estate as an asset class, right? You mentioned that real estate is a cyclic industry, right? Would be great like if you could go a bit deep dive into that in terms of what has been happening over last decade or so in your previous experience,
Sure.
and where do you see the market going forward as well?
Sure. If I were to just pick up instances, like in 2008, there was a recession that actually triggered off by the fall of Lehman Brothers. That was 2008, if I'm not mistaken.
Right.
And the market actually, we could see some downturn in the markets.
Right.
But that lasted for about 8-10 months or maybe a year.
Yeah.
After that, the market picked up.
Okay.
It went up high.
Right.
It went up till 2013.
Okay.
I still remember in 2013, there was, the market went pretty high. And then from 14, 15, 16,
Right.
it again reached the high and then it started to trickle down.
Okay.
There were a lot of projects. See, what happens is that in a market which is towards the upswing,
Hmm.
there are a lot of developers who launch projects after one after
Right.
another, one after another. And eventually what happens over a period of couple of years, that when the project comes to finishing stage, there are a lot of inventories that are actually added in the market.
Right.
Investors move out
Yeah.
and the end users come into play.
Right.
So with this transition happening, lot of investors, they exit
Right.
because they've already made premium.
Yeah.
And there are a lot of inventories which are available in the resale market.
Right.
End users are handful.
Okay.
So it is matter of demand and supply.
Right.
That this much is the inventory which is available,
Yeah.
and these are the buyers who are ready to absorb it.
Right.
If this equilibrium of demand and supply
Yeah.
is imbalanced,
Yeah.
that will create either inflation or deflation in the prices, the
Okay.
real estate prices.
Okay.
So in 2013, 14, 15, 16, we saw a little bit downturn
Okay.
in the residential market.
Right.
But after COVID, we saw an unprecedented sales.
Okay.
So After 2021, 22 के बाद में, the market started to pick up.
Okay.
I'll give you examples. On the Golf Course Extension Road, on an average, the price of the plot
Right.
was somewhere in the range of about 60 to 70,000 rupees per square yard.
Okay.
In 2021, 2022,
Okay.
if we check it today,
Yeah.
the property prices, the land rate on the Golf Course Extension Road
Yeah.
is nothing less than 2 lakh rupees.
Okay. So we have already seen 3x appreciation.
Absolutely.
Okay.
So now at this point in time, we are seeing a very, very high turn on the residential sector.
Okay.
Developers are launching projects after project.
Right.
There are so many new developers
Right.
who've now entered into the residential foray.
Yeah.
Lot of developers, they are first time experimenting with residential projects,
Right.
and they're doing fantastically well.
Yeah.
Markets are conducive, economy is growing.
Yeah.
There are a lot of absorption
Yeah.
for residential markets,
Right.
and we are seeing that the residential market at this point in time, as we're talking into 2024,
Yeah.
in the last quarter, this is, I feel it's really high.
Okay.
And somehow I feel that towards the end of this year, still the graph's going to go up.
Okay. So, from an investor point of view, what I understand from our conversation is that it's a cyclic nature, right? You typically, an investor should possibly look for a longer investment cycle as compared to a shorter investment
Absolutely.
cycle.
For investment, I would always say you should always have somewhere about 70 to 80% of the funding with you.
Okay.
Otherwise, there are a lot of investors, who just have a very small kitty,
Right.
but they actually book in multiple units.
Yeah.
And when the developer starts to take the demand for the next
Right.
installments,
Right.
then they are actually facing problems. So
Right.
every investor, whatever number of properties you're picking up, you always need to have a backup.
Okay.
Backup to the tune of 70 to 80% of the total value of the property.
Right.
So tomorrow the market goes down, and if you are unable to get an exit, at
Yeah.
least you have the
Right.
bandwidth to actually pay up
Right.
for the properties or the units that you pick.
So essentially, not leveraging your your capital a lot.
Short-term trading is something I was always scared of.
Okay.
And I would not recommend any of our investors to do a short-term trading in
Right.
real estate.
Okay.
It's not a class that you can, this is a very, very speculative. You might get lucky picking
Right.
up a property now and just offloading it in a couple of months, you'd be lucky.
Yeah.
But in my opinion, it's a very dangerous game.
Right. So, like risks far outweigh the rewards, which potentially can be
So
there.
pick up a property,
Yeah.
keep a horizon of about 4 to 5 years,
Yeah.
and I'm sure you'll certainly reap very good benefits out of it.
Sure, sure. Would want to move a little bit more specifically into the commercial segment. So as you mentioned, right, that residential has been picking up a lot from last 2 to 3 years, right, post COVID. Would love if you could touch upon the commercial segment of the market, primarily retail or office spaces as well.
Sure. So commercial segment would have two parts: retail
Yeah.
and the office space.
Right.
Talking about the retail space, of lately in the last 3 to 4 years, what we have witnessed is that there are a lot of supply, especially in on the Golf Course Extension Road side
Okay.
and on the SPR side, on the Dwarka Expressway. There are a lot of projects that have been launched in
Okay.
the last couple of years.
Okay.
So for retail, the supply is there,
Okay.
is already there. However, I'd like to say that developers who have a strong track record
Right.
of leasing
Yeah.
will do fairly good.
Okay.
Compounded with the fact that if you're making out something
Yeah.
which is targeting, which has got a huge catchment area,
Right.
and which has got all the elements
Right.
like of a destination market or a mega project,
Right.
those markets will certainly do good in the future.
Okay. Okay. So you mentioned upon a very, very important aspect, which is leasing, right? How important is leasing from an investor's point of view, right? Not from possibly an investor who is looking for a 3 to 4 year cycle rather than a 10-year cycle investment in real estate. Do you think it is still important for that particular investor to look after the leasing credentials of the developer, or is that something which is to be looked after only for long-term investors?
In my opinion, it's very, very important for an investor to do the ref check
Okay.
and the background check and see the past delivered project.
Right.
So leasing will be the underlying statement. Once a project is successfully leased out,
Yeah.
your property,
Yeah.
the shops or the units that you book, becomes extremely liquid
Okay.
because there is an increasing demand for ready to move in properties which
Right.
are yielding good returns.
Right.
So if the developer or an individual or a third party is able to lease out the property,
Right.
only then it becomes pretty much liquid,
Right.
and there is a lot of demand. So you'll find an easy exit once your property is leased out.
Okay. So essentially, what we are trying to say here is that it's a combination of the concept of the project which is coming
Absolutely.
the catchment specifically for the retail projects, as well as the strength of the leasing for the developer, and these are all the factors which should go about in making a decision for an investor whether to potentially invest in a particular property or not.
Absolutely.
Sure. So I would like to touch more upon your upcoming commercial project, right, which is AIPL Joy District in Sector 88 on Dwarka Expressway. From what we have heard, it's one of the biggest launches by AIPL till now, right? So would love if you could share something about that to
Sure.
our viewers as well.
AIPL Joy District will be one of our flagship projects.
Okay.
We're putting in our heart and soul into this project.
Right.
We are putting our best foot forward. We've hired them the best architects.
Okay.
We've gone live with this project just about in the first week of Feb
Okay.
2024. And the objective of making this, of developing this particular real estate development is, there is still somewhere a need for a destination market in this geography.
Okay.
There is none at this point in time.
Right.
So what we have in mind is to make a development which is over 1 million square foot
Okay.
and spread over 10 acres of land, which should have a couple of elements that ensures the success of this project.
Okay.
By success, I mean good brands,
Right.
good brands, good tenants
Right.
in this market. For that, we've got multiple anchor stores,
Okay.
supermarkets.
Right.
Then we've got over 20 fine dining restaurants,
Okay.
cafes,
Right.
breweries.
Okay.
Not only that,
Yeah.
these are more towards the shopping side of it.
Okay.
Then there is another element which is entertainment.
Right.
For entertainment, we've got a gaming zone,
Okay.
we've got a multiplex.
Okay.
So compounded, all these things put together
Right.
will make it a destination market.
Right.
It's a huge project. It's
Okay.
going to take about 3 to 3.5 years from now
Right.
to get ready. The catchment area for these kind of markets is different as compared to a small neighborhood market.
Okay.
So essentially, you visit two types of market
Right.
in your day-to-day
Yeah.
life. One is a regular daily needs store,
Right.
your groceries, your everyday requirements.
Yeah.
For that, there is a small market close to your house,
Yeah.
and you can just give a phone call. You can just go pick up stuff and you. But there's another market where you visit
Right.
towards the week. You go along with your family, with your kids. You want to spend about 6, 7, 8 hours. So which type of market would you go? You'd like to go in a market where you can spend about 6 to 7 hours.
Okay.
Like at this point in time, there is one market that I can possibly remember of is Ambience Mall.
Yeah.
So you can spend about 6, 7 hours over there because it gives you all the elements
Right.
that you would possibly look at. There are anchor stores, there is a supermarket, there is a multiplex, there is a food court, there are restaurants, finance, so on and so
Yeah.
forth. On the same lines, if I bring in the same concept in the heart of Gurgaon,
Okay.
which is sector 88,
Right.
which is also a commercial sector,
Okay.
which is a corner plot.
Right.
It's two-side open.
Yeah.
Right at an intersection of 150-meter freight corridor and an 84-meter sectoral road,
Right.
88 and 89.
Yeah.
It's at an intersection of these two roads.
Right.
Very, very conveniently approachable from New Gurgaon, from Dwarka Expressway, from SPR, from Golf Course Extension Road.
Right.
The catchment area increases significantly
Okay.
because a person is going there to spend more than 5 to 6 hours.
Right.
And he gets all those elements that he's possibly looking at to spend along with his family.
Okay.
So, collectively, in totality, this is something that was missing in this part of Gurgaon.
Right.
And we're very hopeful that, with a very strong leasing track record that we have,
Yeah.
we'll be able to do justice with this property.
Yeah.
And we'll be able to get good brands in
Right.
the upcoming property of AIPL, which is Joy District.
Okay. So since you mentioned, right, that this is one of the biggest projects or the flagship project for AIPL in this area, right? Do you think that there is some risk involved from an investor's point of view, that even though AIPL is very, very strong in, let us say, leasing, but since this is a very big project, right? What if I invest in a property which is not getting leased out, right? Do you see some risk in that
Yes.
sense, or?
See, future is pretty much uncertain.
Yeah.
We cannot guarantee you
Right.
what will happen after 3 years or 4 years down the line.
Right.
The situation, the economy
Yeah.
are very, very dynamic. They might change. So all the investments, they come with small amount of risk.
Right.
But yes, going into the background of the developer,
Yeah.
taking a look at the past deliveries,
Right.
taking a look at the quality that they've already given,
Yeah.
and the reputation.
Right.
So things you can mitigate your risk.
Right.
So as I see AIPL,
Yeah.
we've got a strong track record.
Right.
We've delivered residential and commercial in the past.
Yeah.
And the property value for those properties is at least 15 to 20% more
Okay.
than the surrounding property of equivalent size and,
Okay. Right.
So that is where I feel that AIPL has got an edge over others.
Okay. Okay. So for our viewers or for some of the investors which might be looking at this video, right? In terms of investment in real estate, right? It's very different from investing in any other asset class because of the ticket size primarily, right? Ticket size as well as the duration of investment which is required to potentially create the returns for the investor, right? In general, what are some of the elements or what are some of the things which a particular investor should specifically look at before like finalizing the investment thesis or finalizing the decision to invest in any particular project?
All right. Well, see, talking generally,
Yeah.
an investor should always check the background of the developer,
Okay.
the credibility, what all projects has he delivered in the past. They
Right.
should always go and visit those projects.
Okay.
They should, on two parameters, you can profile any kind of property,
Right.
any type of commercial property in India. One, the quality,
Yeah.
and two, the profile. By profile, I mean the quality of tenants
Right.
in that particular property. So
Right.
these two parameters will give you an insight about the quality and the tenants
Okay.
who will be there in that particular property. But however, for an under construction property,
Yeah.
still you can go a step further
Right.
and you can check the paper documentation.
Okay.
The last nail in the coffin to do that is the RERA certificate.
Right.
That has actually governed or have actually put a lot of things into perspective
Right.
for real estate.
Right.
So I think with RERA coming into Gurgaon,
Right.
that was in 2016 or 17,
16. I think 16.
16 or 17.
Yeah.
Ever since RERA came into play,
Right.
it has put a lot of things into perspective.
Okay.
It's getting stronger by the day, just like SEBI for stock markets and all that.
Right.
It's getting stronger by the day.
Right.
RERA certificate is a must for any investor to check the background and the credibility of the developer.
Yeah.
One, two, they can also do a due diligence
Okay.
on their own.
I think would like to move towards the last segment, which is probably something of which is an upcoming fundamental shift in real estate, which is essentially fractional ownership, right? People talk a lot about fractional ownership. There are a lot of portals which have come up. What they are essentially claiming is that they are democratizing the real estate investment, right? If anyone wants to enter in a stock market, it is potentially very less ticket size as compared to entering into a real estate market, right? How do you see fractional ownership like developing in Indian real estate market?
Fractional ownership in this part of Gurgaon is still very alien concept.
Right.
However, one format is buying a virtual property.
Okay.
By virtual, I mean you won't get the physical possession. So, wherein the lease is either guaranteed
Right.
or is assured
Right.
or is assisted
Yeah.
by the developer of that particular
Okay.
property.
Right.
So that can be known as a fractional ownership
Okay.
to some extent.
Okay.
But REITs is still yet to catch up over here.
Yeah. Yeah. I think there are only like 5 REITs in India till now.
Yes, but for Delhi NCR, I think still it needs to catch up. It's still maturing.
Okay.
So at this point in time, in my opinion, rather than going in for fractional ownership, I am of that opinion to have a conventional thought of mind.
Right.
So buy the property
Yeah.
and then keep the ownership in your name.
Right.
You have the right to use it the way you want to.
Yeah.
You have the complete 100% ownership. Get it registered in the court,
Right.
and that's the last thing that you can possibly do. Get a conveyance deed done in your name.
Sure. So you mentioned virtual ownership, right? Which is somewhat similar to fractional ownership, but has a lot of added advantages.
Absolutely. So in a virtual ownership, the entire leasing is to be done by the developer
Okay.
or by a third party
Right.
who would lease out the entire floor plates
Right.
to a particular tenant.
Okay.
However, that particular floor plate is cut into multiple pieces
Okay.
of say 1,000 square foot or say 500 square foot or
Right.
3,000 square foot. So you own that particular 2,000 or 1,000 or 500 square foot
Right.
in your name. The paperwork is done in your name.
Okay.
There is a stamp duty. There is a builder-buyer agreement and everything which is done in your name,
Okay.
endorsed by the government, by the local government.
Right.
So paperwork is all complete. It
Okay.
is just that the leasing
Yeah.
assistance or guarantee or the commitment is done by either by a third party or done by the developer.
Okay. Sure. Sure. Sure, sir. Thanks a lot for the time. Would be like great if you have some final comments or final thoughts for our investors or for our viewers regarding Joy District specifically.
Well, see, as far as Joy District is concerned, like I told you earlier, This will be one of our flagship projects,
Yeah.
and we are putting in everything that we've got in this project.
Right.
We are very optimistic that this kind of property at this kind of a location will certainly do very well.
Right.
Considering the fact that we've got a dedicated a very strong leasing team,
Yeah.
which is an in-house team.
Yeah.
And till now, the feedback that we've got from our leasing departments and from the market is that this will be one of the great projects, and this will touch upon a 360-degree entertainment and shopping experience
Right.
for the entire shoppers who come over here.
Right.
It will be one of the biggest projects by AIPL, and at a fantastically beautiful location, which is Sector 88.
Yeah.
This entire sector will actually complement this particular project, because this entire sector is a commercial sector.
Right.
So I think this is again a market development, will be a market development by AIPL.
Yeah.
We're looking forward for it now.
Sure. Thanks a lot for the time, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.